What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Purple Shade Podcast. Brody, where do I start?
With the black jersey.
Black jersey. The
Right.
black jersey embarrassment or what?
That's
Because
yeah.
darkness definitely fell.
Oh,
but-
yeah, multiple times.
It fell on the Ravens.
Yeah.
It definitely fell on the Ravens. So, man, it was a wild week 3. Man, we had blowouts, a couple blocked field goals for touchdowns, and just a few head scratchers, right? I mean, man, this is I want to get 1 week. We haven't had 1 week yet where the Ravens and the Vikings get a win, right? We haven't. And it sucks, but we're going to get into that. But thank you, everybody, for coming through and watching. This is our weekly show, Wednesday show, today. But, man, I can't get over this loss. Just feels just too much like the same old thing for the Ravens, man. This team is just, man, I don't know what to say. I don't. I've had a few days to digest it, but I'm not. We're gonna get into it. But, bro, tell me what you thought about week 3. Let's start with that.
Well, about week 3, like you said, man, it was a lot of blowouts, questionable calls, questionable games, questionable players. And an upsetting loss to Detroit by the Ravens. And I'll tell you what it is. I will tell you what it is. And for some reason,
What is it?
for a team of this caliber, and I'm talking about good old Ravens here, you know what I mean, to be called an elite team, to have all this talent, should I say. They're not showing out. They're not showing up, and it's a problem. It's a real big problem. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say 3 drop balls. We'll get into that a little later, but 3 drop balls, and it seems consistent across all 3 games. And
You talking about Derrick Henry?
I'm talking about King Henry. And it's not good. It's not good.
I don't know if it's a king. You can call 3 fumbles in 3 games.
So we're taking the crown? On this show, you don't have the crown, bruh. That's all I can say. You keep dropping balls. You don't have the crown on this show.
Are you concerned with that, though?
Yeah.
Are you genuinely concerned about Derrick Henry being? Are you worried about him being a fumbler going forward?
Yes, he's gonna get the ball. Well, if he keeps fumbling, he's not gonna get the ball. But going forward in the near future, he's gonna get the ball. He's a tall, strong running back. You know what I mean? It intimidates these defenses. He runs over them. If you can't hold on to the ball, your talent's useless, my boy.
Well, he don't intimidate the Browns. The Browns shut him down, and then
Fumble.
last Monday, man,
Fumble.
you know what? We'll get into that game. We got a lot of other games to talk about. But it was a wild week 3. Let's go over some scores. You want to do some scores? Let's do some scores.
That'll make me feel better. Yes.
All right. Thursday night, Dolphins versus Bills. The Bills got to win 31-21. I think at least I expected that, but you picked the Dolphins.
I did pick the Dolphins.
Man, when I say we had some head scratches, the Carolina Panthers. Man, the Carolina Panthers. Let's get them a hand. Ooh.
They shut down Atlanta.
They dog walked Atlanta 30-0. Now, granted, man, Atlanta put a number on Minnesota the week before, and then they come out against the Panthers and just they didn't show up. 30-0. To get shut out in the NFL, it's a very hard feat, right? You got to have a bad game, and they did against the Panthers. It's a division game, but darn, Atlanta, what happened? They didn't show up at all.
No, they didn't. The only thing I could say about this game right here with Atlanta and Carolina be the fact that Carolina was searching for their first win. They started the season 0-2. It was a divisional game. Divisional games are always tough. I mean, across the board. If it's a divisional game, there's just something there that just doesn't seem right on one side of the ball. Not saying that they're flukes or anything. It's just that much of a struggle. And I mean, I was surprised at you when I saw it. Was like, wow, Atlanta didn't score anything, nothing. The way the Panthers started the season 0-2, and then they come out and just totally blow a decent team away, out of the water.
They didn't look like a decent team on Sunday, I'll tell you that much. But speaking of 0-2 teams looking for their first win, man, I got to give it up. I got to give it up. As much as this pains me, I got to give it up because of the team they beat. Got to give it up to the Browns.
Yeah, 13-10.
The Browns defeat the Packers 13-10. Got their first win of the season. Bro, did you watch that game?
I saw highlights on that game, and I was surprised, man. And I was like, you know what? At the moment, I was like, they're not in Lambeau Field.
No.
They were not in Lambeau Field. And I'm like, I'm going to still give it to the Browns because a win is a win. At the end of the day, a win is a win.
Man, no, they took this win. You know what I mean? They earned this. Their offense was still non-existent, but look, they shut the Packers down. They shut the Packers down, and the Packers they were the week 2 champs. They were the week 1 and week 2 champs, right? They were Super Bowl favorites, and then they went out and laid an egg against the Packers. Against the Browns.
Yep.
Again, it's one of those like, hey, the Browns, hey, we're an NFL franchise too. We're not just going to lay down and let you beat on us.
Right.
But a team that I thought would fight to get their first win was the Houston Texans, and they let me down.
Yeah, man, I'm with you on that. And again, against the Jaguars, they're shaping up to be a kind of okay team. I mean, they got a 2-1 record, so they won 2 games. Whereas though Texans 0-3, and I got so much, I really wanted to see CJ Stroud, just start to go off. You know what I mean? Like, he's still got a lot to take. He's still a young quarterback. Like,
still very young, but he's struggling.
It is. And it's early in the season, but I mean, it's tough with an 0-3 start. It really is. And
it is.
The way I think about it is the same way with the Carolina going again with the Falcons. I feel like maybe next week Houston's going to really be looking for that win. I hope they will, because 0-4 is just going to be terrible for that club.
If they go 0-4 when they play the Ravens the following week,
it's going to be belt to ass. Was it?
I don't know. The Ravens might be in trouble because they're like, no, we ain't losing this game. They're going to pull out everything. They're going to pull out everything. But you know what? We're going to get to that. Let me finish get to these scores so we can get to these games. Steelers beat the Patriots. They beat another bad team. Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. The Eagles had a comeback, blocked field goal for a touchdown. The Rams were going down to kick the go-ahead field goal. The Eagles blocked it, ran it back for a touchdown. They beat the Rams 33-26. The Buccaneers keep rolling. They're 3-0. They beat another mediocre to bad team 29-27. The Colts, surprising, they're 3-0 again, but they beat another bad team. They beat the Titans 41-20. The Commanders got a win without Jaden Daniels, 41-24. The Chargers keep rolling. They're 3-0. They beat the Broncos 23-20. The Seahawks blew out the Saints. I think everybody knew that was going to happen, 44-13.
Yeah.
The Bears get their first win of the season, beating the Cowboys 31-14. I think we said that. 49ers stay undefeated. They beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals are just kind of disappointing. 16-15. That was a bad game.
Boo.
The Chiefs handled their business against the Giants 22-9. It was actually closer than that. Russell Wilson, he just got benched. I think he just got benched for Jackson Dart, and rightfully so. Russell's not playing that well. And to get to the 2 games that we're going to be talking about today, we're going to start out with this.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, then get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, fight, fight.
Minnesota Vikings.
Go Vikings.
Go Vikings. Ooh, they demolished the Bengals 48-10. Well, they dog walked them boys, man. They didn't have they scored, it was 30-3 before halftime.
Belt the hind parts. That's what happened.
Belt to behind.
They let them have it.
All game, and they didn't stop. I told my daughter they was going to get belted, you know what. And they got belt to you know what, just so you know.
Carson Wentz had a day. That's all I'm going to say.
Carson Wentz played well. We're going to get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Man, last game Monday night. Hey, look, all credit to the Lions, right? The Lions won that game. They wanted it more. The Ravens just didn't show up. The Lions beat the Ravens 38-30 to round out week 3. But, man, let's talk about these two games. Who you want to start with? You know what? I'll pick it this week.
Oh, okay.
Let's get the Ravens out the way.
Oh,
let's
boy.
Get them out the way.
Overtime.
Okay?
I already feel it. Okay.
Let's start with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Just because, you know what? They deserve to just get moved out the way because that's what they did against the Lions. Okay?
Yeah.
As I said, the Lions beat the Ravens 38-30 on Monday Night Football. Brody, give me your thoughts on the game, man. What happened?
What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. The Ravens just crumbled, man. They fell apart. I couldn't stress the fact that, and I said this last week. I said, man, I'm gonna root for them. I don't see it happening. If they would continue to do what they were doing, I just didn't see it. And as I was watching that game, man, the Lions hung with them the whole game, and then at the end, literally at the end, Ravens just couldn't stack up. You know what I mean? You got a fumble, another fumble, third consecutive fumble in a row from Derrick Henry. And the offensive line just continues to be demolished, man. Lamar Jackson has little time to throw the ball in the pocket. You know what I mean? He did not look elusive at all last night.
He did not.
And, like, man.
He also looked very frustrated. He looked very frustrated.
He was so frustrated. They were doing bonehead plays, and it wasn't panning out. Wasn't working. He did not have control of that offense.
Well, let me ask you: in the fourth quarter. I just want to ask. I want you to finish. You know, talking about it. But fourth quarter, it was like 12 or 13 minutes left. They were down 7. They just went into pass mode. They didn't. Derrick Henry was hardly on the field. They weren't running their offense. They were playing like they were down 2 to 3 scores in the fourth quarter. They were down 7 with 12 minutes to go, and they just went pass happy. Make that make sense. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't. Go ahead, finish.
I mean, well, to your point, I don't understand it either. You know what I mean? They were doing decent, you know, the way they were mixing it up before. They hung with them. It was 14-14 going into the half. They come out, get the ball, and they go up. 21. It should have been 21. But after halftime, they did go up 21-14. They were up 7 points in the third quarter. And somehow, I just don't know what it is. They go up a score, and then let the Lions come back, even it out, okay. And then the Lions go up, and then they just keep going. It's like, what happened second half? You came out, you got the morale and the motivation to, you know, show these guys that, hey, this is our house. And you give them a little preview. That's it. But you don't keep going. Yet again, you take your foot off the gas. You know what I mean? And like you said, they down 7 points. Why abandon the run game? You got to mix it up. You try the pass game, they're going to know what you're going to do. To be honest, the whole league knows what the Ravens are about. They go to pass. Nobody's there. Lamar Jackson's going to run. The only thing about it, they can't catch him. That's it. They know what's going to happen. They can't do anything to stop it.
They were catching him last night.
They were catching him.
Spying him all night, and he wasn't going anywhere.
But they weren't seeing it either.
Right. But the one thing Detroit did well was, they were consistent staying in their rush lanes. They were not going to let Lamar get out the pocket, and you saw that. They had a spy on him. And it's not like they had a linebacker, right? He wasn't even that fast. But again, they were dedicated. to their rush lanes, right? They were disciplined. They didn't get out of their rush lanes. They knew what they wanted to do, and they stuck with it. My problem is the Ravens didn't do anything different on offense or defense.
Yes. They didn't change anything. Nothing.
They didn't. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, were you done?
Oh no, look, you could take it because I mean, I'm riding that bandwagon.
Man, I mean,
pause.
At the time, as I'm watching this game, when they got stopped on 4th down, where they ran that same rollout to the right, and please tell me this: why do we continue to run the same rollout play every 4th down on the goal line? Why is it always a rollout to the right? Everybody knew it was coming. The whole defense knew it was coming, and they keep doing it, and it just keeps not working. Why are you still? I've been driving this fire hall ball train. I'm starting to see a lot of people jump on this train with me, right? Especially this year. I'm tired. And I don't care what the schedule is. This team is too talented to be 1-2. I don't care. They do not get any excuses for me. Not this season. I've seen this movie too many times, right? I'm not giving them any grace this season. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the excuses because they're losing games the same way. They can go out and beat up on certain teams, right? They can go out and beat up on bad teams. They may even show up against a good team every once in a while, but they consistently fall flat. When rubber has to meet the road, they fall flat. And I don't understand it. Detroit had seven sacks on Lamar Jackson. 7. Did you also know they had 30 pressures? 30. I saw that stat and I couldn't believe it. 30 pressures. They gave up well over 100 yards rushing. 200 yards rushing. David Montgomery went for one. David Montgomery went for 151? What are y'all doing? This is not how the Ravens and Brody, I've said this to you. I've said this to numerous other people. It's going to get worse before it gets better, and it's starting to get worse. All this play like a Raven, that crap's gone, man. It's gone. It is. Harbaugh's going to turn this team into a laughingstock. Nobody's going to take this team serious. And it seems like the same thing, right? It's like being on a hamster wheel. I'm tired of it. Right? It's just keeps going around and around. Right? It's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me. They converted all their 4th downs. Detroit did, And then look, this is the kicker for me. They had 2 drives of 90-plus yards, 98 and 96 yards. When does that ever happen against the Ravens? Just tell me, bro. That for a franchise that puts its stamp on defense, they're just a joke. And it was the same way last year, right? So now they can't stop the run. Last year they couldn't stop the pass. Now they can't stop the run. And by the way,
still can't stop
stopping the pass. Wait a minute, your boy, Marlo. Man, he did an interview after the game. You want to hear it?
Yeah, I would love to.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Amon-Ra St. Brown was cooking this fool.
Yeah, he was, man.
He was cooking this fool.
Look, to that point right there, the last pass play of the game, put it away, where they might have had a shred of light, my man Marlo got cooked again. And the camera was just stuck on him.
And it wasn't even matter, bro. It was a penalty.
He still got cooked.
He held the dude and still got cooked.
Like, I love, look, like, Humphrey, you my guy. But, man.
That's your boy. That's your man.
I don't know what it is, man. The defense itself as a whole is it's just a tragedy at the moment. Like, I mean, we have some great defensive players, but as a whole, it's just the team is not consistent, man. They can't, like you said, they couldn't stop the pass, and they can't stop the run, and I still believe they can't really stop the pass.
Right, because Jared Goff, man, he was doing whatever he wanted back there. Jared Goff didn't take a sack, man. He didn't get dirty. There was hardly any pressure. And I get it. Nnamdi Madubuike was out.
Yep.
Okay? Kyle Van Noy was out.
Yep.
Nnamdi Madubuike is a bigger loss than Kyle Van Noy, right? I think Kyle Van Noy is a good player, but he's an older player, okay? So he'll give you flashes, but he's not going to be that, especially now. He's going to give you flashes. You're not going to get the Kyle Van Noy that you've had the last 2 seasons. The Ravens keep going back to the well. Eventually, Kyle Van Noy is going to fall off a cliff. But this injury to Nnamdi Madubuike, I don't think it's good. You know how it is when Harbs gets into his coach speak, right? And if he says, well, I can't speak on it right now, you best believe he may not be coming back this season. You know how that goes. He may not. But at the end of the day, one guy should make your defense look like this. One guy should make your defense give up 200-something yards in rushing, okay? Because when he was there, you still gave up 41 to the Bills. So don't tell me he made all the difference, because he had 1 sack in that game, and and Josh Allen still did whatever he wanted against your defense. So don't give me that, okay? The Lions lost Aiden Hutchinson last year, early in the season. They still won 15 games. They lost their best pass rusher, and they still won 15 games. Don't tell me that losing one guy makes you look like this. Zach Orr might have to go. I'm sorry. I'm never going to call for anybody to get fired, okay? Because I never want to be in that situation. I never want to be in a situation where somebody thinks I should get fired. I don't want to. But I just don't think he's ready for this. No. He wasn't ready last year. But we don't have a half a season for him to get it together. They should know what to do by now, right? He's in year 2. We still shouldn't have these breakdowns. We still shouldn't have guys out of position. Okay? In all seriousness, Marlon Humphrey had an interview. He talked about, man, we don't know. You can't be saying you don't know. How? Bro, it's so frustrating. But I'm sorry, everything goes back to John. I'm sorry. For everybody who's listening, I'm sorry. For all you John Harbaugh lovers, I'm sorry. I've wanted this guy gone even before. Lamar, why? You didn't have to make the playoffs that year. He saved this man's job. But what is he returning you with? Nothing. No Super Bowl. No nothing. It's a shame.
Not even an AFC championship.
He didn't even get you right. He couldn't even get you the AFC championship at home. Come on, man.
Like, not to mention the 2 losses this year at home.
They lost at Buffalo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they lost at Buffalo.
Oh, never mind.
But again, the 2 good teams you played this year, you've lost. Man, the defense gave up 41 and 38. The Ravens. How you have the number one? You know what?
No, don't even.
You see this? You see this right here? You see this orange and black? It should look familiar. You see this orange and black? What team is what color? What colors does the NFL team have this? We're going to talk about them in a little bit, but what are these colors?
Bengals.
Yeah. That's who the Ravens are now. The Ravens are the new Bengals.
I agree.
All offense, no defense.
And then the offense is iffy. Oh my God, we're in shambles.
Oh, I don't.
We are in shambles.
They put up 30-something points a game. They didn't have the greatest game, right? But they still putting up 30-something points a game.
They putting up 30-something points a game, right? But the fumbles, man. If you fumble,
the fumbles hurt. No, the fumbles hurt. No, I'm with you. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And I feel like if that fumble might not have happened, possibly, and I mean just shred. I don't know. Put it in there. They could have showed up for the Lions. If that fumble did not happen, they would have not just got completely deflated. Like, again?
Yeah, I mean, they were down when he fumbled.
One score.
Yeah, they were down 1 score when he fumbled. And they held them to 3. They held them to 3, right? But Man, I don't know. This defense seems broken. They seem deflated.
No, man, look, just look. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I'm just gonna say what it is. They're bad. The defense is
Yeah, you
as a
can't say
whole.
anything else but they're bad, right?
bad. They're bad. You know, like I said, we have some good defensive players. We do, but as a whole, they're bad.
Talent-wise, we got one of the most talented defenses in the league,
and they're bad.
We do. You know how many first rounders we have on that team? You know how many all-pros we have on that team? We got a $100 million middle linebacker. Where was Roquan? Man, he showed up against the Browns.
He didn't show up last night.
What happened? What happened Monday night? I couldn't find him.
Me neither.
I thought he was hurt.
It was the same thing with Buffalo. I don't know. Maybe he goes to hide when we play high caliber teams because he didn't do anything against Buffalo. And then the same thing with Detroit. It's like Roquan, bro, dude.
Maybe they need another all defense, all players meeting. Y'all need to have a meeting every week because
they need some chemistry. You need to sit down, kumbaya, read some bedtime stories, something. All you guys are high caliber players. You're good players. You are good players. You just don't know how to work together. All stars can, and some of those definitely, but you don't know how to work as a team. It's like you jeopardize the next man just to be like, oh, I didn't get cooked. No, you're a team. One of you gets cooked, all you get cooked. Every single one of you got cooked. I didn't blow my coverage, so what? Still got cooked. They don't say, oh, so-and-so had a good game, but this guy's just bad. No, the defense is bad. The defense is good. Defense showed up. Where is the defense?
Man, I don't know what to say.
There's no chemistry, bro. They have no chemistry. They can't work. They're not can't. They're not working together.
I just really think that they didn't play a lot of man last night, right? And I think mainly because we didn't have a lot of pass rush, right? We play a lot of cover one, a lot of shell. You know, we play a lot of zone. We don't play a lot of man. And I don't know if that's because we don't really have a pass rush, right? Because we did the same thing as Buffalo, again, with Madubuike in there, and we still didn't have a pass rush. That's still something that we're struggling with on this defense is a pass rush. Why can we never get a guy? And I don't know, and it has to be coaching. I'm sorry, it has to be coaching. We've had so many different guys come in to try to help with this pass rush, and it's just not there. As good as Madubuike, and I think he's a good player. I don't think he's a great player. He's not Chris Jones. I don't care what you guys think. He's not Chris. Chris Jones is a game changer on defense. Nnamdi is not Chris Jones. And to my point, because Madubuike was out, that defense should not have looked like that. They didn't show up at all. They got manhandled. And this is the problem. I've heard so many people say, oh, well, look, that's how it was last year. I don't care. Because you know what's going to happen. People are calling for Harb's job. People are saying this team has no heart. You look at the schedule, they got the Chiefs next week. Then they got like the Texans. The schedule gets a little easier, right? The schedule makers didn't help them out in the beginning, right? With the teams they're playing, but it'll get easier. And they'll probably go on a run. They'll beat some bad teams, sure. But it's not going to matter come playoff time because they're going to play tight. They're going to play passive. You understand what I'm saying? As soon as they get down, it's going to be like, oh, God, here we go again. And that goes back to I don't care what anybody says. It goes back to coaching. They did miss a lot of tackles yesterday, and that's on the players, right? That's all heart. Right? So that's not on coaching, but everything else, I'm sorry, it comes down to coaching. They did not have a good game plan against the line. I mean, man, they were out there running trick plays on fourth down, bro. They were playing with the Ravens. It was a beautiful play. Jared Goff handed the ball off to Gibbs. I've never
seen it.
Gibbs, man, pitched it to Montgomery. And he just.
I think that was St. Brown.
I don't even care who it was. I don't care. But where's stuff like that for us? No. We run the same rollout to the right. Where's that play calling for us, right? Keaton Mitchell wasn't active again. He's another weapon that we could use. No. Too bad. Harbaugh locks Ali because he can play special teams. I'm so sick of this crap. I'm so sick of it. Bro, special teams don't win you games. Special teams is a niche thing, right?
Yeah.
Special teams may win you a game once or twice a year.
It's a filler.
It's just something, right? Special teams is something in between when the offenses and defenses get to the field, right? It's all fluff.
When you're going to get your beer.
Right. Special teams is fluff, man. A kickoff is fluff. I mean, come on.
Like a kickoff?
Nobody wins game ball kickoffs, right? I don't care if a guy can play great on special teams. I don't care. Put the best team on the field. I'm so tired of John and his bull crap with this. Okay, bro. You know what? We went way past time, right, on this. We've exhausted everything. You got any positives from the game at all from the Ravens?
The only positives I see, they're going to win a division. The Steelers,
because it's so bad.
Yeah, because the Steelers, Burrow's out. He's out. The Browns,
they're talking mid-December,
right?
And that's like best case scenario is like mid-December, which means
Joe's not. He's
probably not coming back.
Yeah, he's probably not coming back. But while it matters anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
and we already beat the Browns.
The Browns. The Browns is
we'll probably beat them again.
Probably beat them again. Sweep. So the positive part, Ravens will win the division.
Still got to get past Pittsburgh, and those games are always fluky because for some reason they show up against the Ravens.
This year, to be honest, after seeing some of their play, I mean they haven't really played anybody, to be honest.
They haven't. But you know how those games go.
This is true.
You know how those games go.
This is it's a thing. But I still feel like the Ravens gonna win. And the only downside to that positive is the fact that when it comes to actually playing, real teams, they're just gonna get shut down. And it's gonna be all for nothing.
Well, we'll see this week, right? They got the Chiefs on the road. They got to play them in Arrowhead. So we'll see what happens this week. Again, this Chiefs team, they have pieces out on offense. One guy's hurt. One of their starting receivers is hurt. The other starting receiver is on suspension. So this isn't even the full Chiefs team that they're going to play. Come playoff time, it's going to be a totally different Chiefs team, right? Come playoff time, Buffalo's going to be there. They're probably going to be the 1 seed. Their schedule's so easy, they could fall into the 1 seed, right? Because everybody's going to have to go to Buffalo. It just doesn't look good. You're not going to get a 1 or a 2 seed because I think the Chargers will get the 2 seed, right?
Right.
And then you have to fly out to LA. Who knows? I have no idea, but it just doesn't look good. For me, man, the only positive for me is the offense still put up 30. After everything that happened, after getting stopped on 4th down, it's just bad situational play calling, bad situational coaching. With this, it just continues to plague this team. Again, like I'm saying, you're down 7 early in the 4th quarter, and you're playing like you're down 2 scores. You're just throwing the ball. That's crazy. But
I got a question. Anyway. Before we fully end this real quick, the offense put up 30. They were scoring pretty quick, the Lions offense.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like it kind of took the Ravens out of sync. You know what I mean? Being rushed, like offense scores. Okay, cool. Detroit goes to score. Offense just got off, though, because, they're doing one play, 95 yards. You think so?
They weren't scoring that fast.
No, he Montgomery, 95-yard play.
You know what, man? But that's football. That's football.
But that's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, on defense, you got to get off the field, right?
Right.
That's football. Sometimes you got to know as a defense, the offense might score in one play. We got to go back out there. Man, but that's football. You have to prepare for that. You just don't know. You know what I mean? And you can't really use it. They have no excuses. Don't give up a 96 and 90. Don't give up a 96 and 98-yard drive at home. Get off the field on 3rd down. They have a problem with that, man. They can't get off the field. But man, I don't want to.
Let's move on. Let's
move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Man, the Minnesota Vikings got a big win against the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, 48-10, battle of the backups. I got to give it to this defense actually came to play. Isaiah Rodgers in particular. Man, that man had an interception return for a touchdown, a fumble return for a touchdown, and he caused 2 fumbles. He was definitely the player of the game. The Vikings forced 5 turnovers total in this game. Carson Wentz was fantastic filling in for J.J. McCarthy, right? It really seemed like he steadied the offense, right? The offense was steady with him being in there. And what did I say last week, right? If he can come in with a veteran presence, come in and just calm this offense down, they'll be okay. And they were. Justin Jefferson did his thing because he's Justin Jefferson, right? Yep. Both the starting running backs for the Vikings were out. That means Jordan Mason was up. And he didn't disappoint. Man, Jordan Mason, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, 16 carries. Yeah. He was a monster.
He showed out, man.
He did, didn't he? Carson Wentz, he threw 2 touchdowns, 173 yards.
14 for 20.
So, man, it was a well-rounded whooping.
Belt the hind parts. So you know what? It's a good time. Everybody get happy again. The Vikings did belt the hind parts to the Bengals.
That's all the Bengals heard all day. All day. They put a number. They did a number on them, man.
48-10, bruh.
48-10, man. So, bro, give me your take on that game.
Oh man, it wasn't fair. It was not fair. Look, like you said, battle of the backups. Man, Carson Wentz looks so much better than Jake Browning out there, man. Just I know the Vikings were at home. I get it, but still. You know what I mean? Football's football, man. The turf is, or the field, whatever you're playing on, it's the same length. It's just a different color. That's all.
Right. Still 100 yards.
Yeah, it's still 100 yards. But, man, Carson Wentz just looked like he just, didn't miss a beat, man. Like he said, 2 touchdowns, 173 yards. I mean, that's what you expect from your quarterback. Your starting quarterback. That's what you expect. And that's what Carson Wentz looked like when he just stepped out and he just did his thing, man. And then the backup running back, like he said, Jordan Mason. I mean, hey, wait a second. The Vikings got number 2s that could put up points. It was just Joe Burrow that was out. The whole Bengals team wasn't, hurt. Joe Burrow.
Jamar Chase was out there, right?
Let me see. Yeah, Jamar Chase was out there. 1 catch, 9 yards.
T. Higgins was out there, right?
I don't. Wait a minute. Yes, he was. 1 catch, 15 yards.
Brown was out there, right? Their running back, he was out there, right?
Yeah, he was. I take that back. Jamar Chase had 5 catches for 50 yards. He had 1 rush for 9. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna talk about that, but still.
But they had all their weapons, right?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. And they had their backup quarterback, right?
They had their backup quarterback.
So did the Vikings. So even playing field.
I would say so. I mean, Jake Browning didn't do terrible. He didn't do like oh my gosh. He still put up 140, 1 touchdown.
Wait a minute. You said he didn't do terrible?
He didn't
only put up
140.
Man, they only put up 10 points. Okay.
I know,
and he threw 2 picks and he lost multiple fumbles.
I was gonna get to that. He didn't look completely terrible, judging by he did 140 yards, 10 points. He threw the ball. They just didn't.
To the Vikings.
Right. Yeah, exactly. To the Vikings. Which I'm saying, he did a good job there, don't you think? Jake Browning.
Yeah. I'm a Vikings fan, so he did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job. That's what I'm saying. He didn't do that bad.
Hand to you, my boy. Thank you, my guy.
He ain't do that bad.
Thank you, my guy.
They in our division, so I mean, hey, look, if you want to drop some dimes over there at M&T Bank.
Shout out to one of my big girls, my daughter. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Wait,
I appreciate you.
Wait a minute. One of them is a Bengals fan?
Hey, They're a Bengals fan. Don't ask me.
Lord have
Why.
mercy.
Don't ask me why they chose that team. But hey,
Kitty cat.
thank you.
The kitty cat.
Appreciate you.
The colors.
Appreciate you. I have no idea.
Probably the colors or the stripes. Something like that. I'm not saying
All
stupid.
right.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I thought the Bengals had an awesome, helmet for forever. I was like, man, that striped helmet is just I love it.
I mean, the colors are great. I mean,
Right.
they're Oreo colors.
There you go.
They're Oreo colors.
Literally.
Yeah.
We just don't like them.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
can't stand them.
Yeah, no, both of them. I mean, all three. Browns can't stand them. Steelers definitely can't stand them. Bengals is like nudging the Steelers now. They right up there. This is the one division in all of football that they hate each other. All of them. And to see the Vikings put belt the hind parts to a partially limping Bengals.
No. We didn't have our starting quarterback, and they didn't. This was an even playing field.
I
don't
get that
wanna
to
hear
you.
it.
I will give that to you. You're right.
I don't want to hear it.
The Vikings.
Jake Browning has been a Bengal for a few years now. Carson Wentz was signed 3 weeks ago.
Signed 3 weeks ago and went out there like he'd been there for 2-3 years.
Looked comfortable and got a dub. That's all that matters.
He ain't throwing no interceptions.
Even playing field. Even playing field. But at the end of the day, man, that game was great. It was great to watch. The Vikings, Vikings took care of business. It was just that defense. If you want to look at what a defense is supposed to do to another team, watch the Vikings play the Bengals. That defense showed up again. They had 2 defensive touchdowns. Isaiah Rodgers he balled out. Again, forced 5 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 3 fumbles. They were swarming the ball. They were, everything you want out of your defense, they did, right? Carson Wentz was efficient. He did the job. Like you said, bro, he was 14 for 20, 173, 2 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson showed up. Man, whew. It was just a great victory overall. Yeah. What are any positives, right? I didn't really see too many negatives. What are your positives from this game?
The positives that my man Isaiah Rodgers, when you was getting cooked last week, bruh. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You was getting cooked. But this week, nah, man, you looked a whole lot better. And I applaud you for taking what happened last week and said, you know what? It's not going to happen. I'm going to show up, be on time, and make a difference. And you did, man. Like, you look like a totally different player out there, man. And that's I can't say that about everybody. Everybody's kind of consistent. From last week to this week, turn that around. Isaiah Rodgers, that was the positive on the defense. Man, he was definitely a big factor. He gave that team morale just to hold them to 10 points. After having a bad week prior. Really, really appreciate that.
Whole defense showed up this week. Whole defense showed up. So, man, Ravens got the Chiefs next week in Arrowhead, and the Vikings will play overseas. I think they're in Ireland this week, playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. So,
the Steelers get to go to Ireland.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I wish they weren't, but it is what it is, man.
I don't care.
NFL schedule makers, man. Y'all can kick rocks, but
whatever.
But man, let's put a bow on this. Picks, man. So picks. I got 9 wins this week.
Did I win?
You got 9 wins this week.
Oh, Lord. You got a tie.
But you forgot you had your mulligan. So one of those losses turns to a win, bro. So you won this week.
Oh, the Miami game. Oh.
Well, any game.
Well, I mean, that's the one I put it on.
Well, you don't have to put it on a game. You can make anyone a win. But if you want to make that a win, switch it up, make it a win. So, Brody, you won this week. You're on the board. You're on the board this week. Congratulations.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, in the next show, we're going to make our picks. We're going to talk about who we like. We're going to do a short preview of the Ravens and Chiefs. That's going to be a big game. And then the game overseas, the Vikings and the Steelers. Squealers. So, man, we're going to put a bow on this one. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Definitely would appreciate if you just can subscribe, like the video. It really helps us out. We appreciate anybody who watches the stream. And look, again, we do this for fun. So all we ask, a subscribe costs you nothing. But we really, really, really appreciate everybody who watches. And bro, got anything you want to say?
Man, I just want to say, man, I hope next week's a better week for them Ravens, man. Kudos to the Vikings for putting belt to hind parts on the Bengals. They showed up, balled out. And that's all I can say, man. I hope maybe some picks. You know, when we do the picks tomorrow, hopefully, just a better time. You know what I mean? Get the high hopes and just make it happen. Ravens, Vikings, win. Make it happen.
Can we finally get double win for the first week?
Double wins, man. Double wins in the comments, man. If y'all feel like that should happen, double wins.
Let us know. Week 4 is coming up. Again, 3 weeks already in the books. The year's flying already. So, man, we look forward to week 4. Again, we thank you to everybody who's watching. God bless. Appreciate y'all. We out.